Hey guys, my name is Seth, and I guess this is the OpTic topic. I just woke up. I was on my phone for a couple minutes. I saw the tweet go live. Got a notification because, I'm a diehard OpTic fan, not Immortals fan. I'm a diehard OpTic fan, and I got a tweet notification that OpTic tweeted. And it said this: new partners and a new future, but still OpTic. This is our legacy. This is our duty. Hashtag green ball. In this picture. I immediately went to Reddit. I was on mobile. I got there before the thing was posted. I can't really post it on Reddit. I waited 30 seconds and it was posted with the press release and Immortals tweet where they have this. And look, all this stuff. Only one OpTic team though. I'll get into that in a second. So basically, in the article, in the press release that was announced, they said that Neil Lehman is still on the board, which is scary to think about because he was part of the reason why everything went screwy in the first place. Probably the reason why Hex didn't get the offer, didn't get it sold to him even though he had the better offer. CS team is being dissolved. The Overwatch League is going to still compete. The league is going to monitor the situation to make sure there's no screwy business there, like no conflict of interest, until a third party buys them. The LCS spot is going to rebrand Immortals in 2020, which means I don't know if I support them now, knowing that they're going to be Immortals. Do I support them until they become Immortals? Do I just not stop supporting them? What if Hex makes it back in the LCS somehow? What do I do? I don't know. We need to figure out how to feel. I don't know. Hex, help me. They didn't mention the Gears team at all. So they're probably dropping them, letting their contracts run out. They didn't have them in that video that they posted. They didn't mention them in the press release at all. So I don't know. I don't know what I take about that, but I'm assuming the Gears team out. Think about how they marketed the COD team though. Most winningest Call of Duty team, most championships. I think the Gears team is such a valuable, marketable team. If you win 15 championships, you can market that. Oh, that's more than once a month that the Immortals Gaming Club is winning a championship. 8 of them throughout the year might be from the Gears team, but it doesn't matter when you're marketing it. It still sounds good. It also makes it look like you know how to get the best talent out there and everything. You're a successful organization. I think even if the esport isn't sustainable, I think if you happen to have the best team, you keep it. This is exactly what happened to the Halo team, so I'm surprised that they're not keeping the Gears team. Especially since there's going to be no more OpTic teams at all, which I'll get into in a moment. Trust me. They made a comment about being the content-first based esports team that OpTic has always been, which is just PR. I mean, what content are they going to make around OpTic if there's no OpTic teams left? All those teams are going away. CS going away. Overwatch League team going away soon once they're sold. A Gears team not being kept. The Call of Duty team next year when the franchising comes, they're gone. They're still going to be underneath that brand, but they're not going to be known as OpTic. Maybe if Hex was there, they kept the OpTic name, FaZe and Envy and all these big names were able to petition with the league, say, hey, these are the biggest 3 names. You'll get a lot more fans if you keep these names in there. Maybe the OpTic Texas team or whatever, just have OpTic in there. Yeah, you can't even argue that now, really. So, I don't know what content they're going to be making. Is the content team going to be there? Are they going to be dropped? Are they going to be known as OpTic content team, Immortals content team, MIB? We don't know. My hope was that they said, you know what, we just got OpTic Gaming. They're an incredibly recognizable brand. How about this? What if we keep the OpTic Gaming brand? Maybe even rebrand some of our stuff. MIBR, that name is fairly new. Maybe you change it to OpTic. And then you'll probably have more support since the NACS roster. Maybe they do that. That was my hope. Still keep OpTic. Make that as your flagship branding team. Maybe you get rid of the Houston Outlaws. I would be upset with that, but I mean, if you have to keep one of them, you're going to keep the Valiant anyway. That's just a good business decision. But come on. That was my last hope. Now it's gone. I don't know how to feel. Who do I support? I don't know who to support. I don't know what to root for. If Hex makes his own thing, because he's probably going to, because in this entire article, they don't mention Hex once. Not once. Which makes everyone assume he's going off to start his own brand. Which means that that's splitting the OpTic fan base even more. So, Immortals didn't think this through. They're splitting the fan base. This isn't something new. This happened in like 1912 with like a US election that you learn in US history when you're in like high school. This is a common thing. Communities can be split. They just lost a bunch of fans. Like, OpTic is worth so much because of their fan support. Getting rid of all the teams, getting rid of the OpTic name, Hex leaving, you just lost all those fans. Everything that you bought is not worth that much. They did all this just for the LCS spot. God, I wish that Immortals got a spot with OpTic. Maybe even instead of OpTic. Actually, maybe we wouldn't have gotten the funding if we didn't get that. Or we would have gotten the spot if we didn't get the funding. Either way, I just wish that Immortals didn't have to buy it. I would have rather stuck with Infinite until Hex was able to buy the company, instead of saying all the teams dissolve and go away. I don't know about you guys, but I fell in love with OpTic before Hex. I know a lot of you guys found out OpTic through Nadeshot and Scump, or maybe the CS team or Dota team, you know, when we first got new teams. People fell in love with OpTic before Hex. No. Most of us know that Hex is OpTic now. OpTic means something. Like, I have OpTic merch. I tell everyone I'm a diehard OpTic fan. I have a channel devoted to OpTic called the OpTic Topic. This might be one of the last videos I make. I don't know what's happening. I'll probably make more videos until Hex says something. So subscribe now. You can unsubscribe later. Doesn't really matter to me, I guess, at this point. But yeah. So a lot of people lose fans that don't keep up with news, and there's a lot of them. You see them on Reddit, on Twitter all the time. They what's going on? They don't know what's going on. They're gonna see OpTic. They're gonna support OpTic even though it's under Immortals. They won't know that there's a new brand that Hex started. Hex won't have as big of a fan base. OpTic won't have as big as a fan base. I mean, I had a distaste for Immortals ever since the original CS roster played against them in the minor. I've kind of gotten over that, but like at the same time, am I supposed to root for an Immortals team in the LCS? Am I supposed to root for MIBR? I don't think I can. I don't know what to do. You can't just do that and expect to keep all the fans. For all those people still with hope that this might be a good thing, that things will work out, just keep in mind that the COD team is still with Immortals. Hex can't sign them. It looks like they want to keep the COD team. Even if you can outbuy them or whatnot, the OpTic name is going to be gone by the time franchising comes around. All the other teams are dissolving or going away. The OpTic brand will no longer exist. The only way, there are two options. If Mortal says, you know what, let's just rebrand OpTic Gaming everything. The game will at least still exist. I'm not sure how much support they'll have. The other way is if Hex is able to buy the rights to use OpTic Gaming. I don't know if the LCS would allow that because they kind of gave the spot to OpTic Gaming, but with OpTic Gaming starting a new company, a new brand, when just getting the rights to use OpTic, probably won't want them in the league anyway. Immortal's better off having it. But if Hex starts his own esports org, buys the rights from Immortals to use OpTic Gaming, and if they allow that to happen, and they could buy the Call of Duty team, then OpTic will still live. There are shots in the dark, though. Long shots in the dark with blindfolds on while you're spinning around. So don't get your hopes up. I'll probably make a video once Hex makes his statement. Once Hitch and all the content creators make their statements. They probably already started tweeting out already. I haven't checked. I just woke up. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it here. I'll make more stuff about my opinion if you want to hear reactions of a diehard OpTic fan that's been there since the very, very early days. You can unsubscribe later when OpTic dies. But until next time, as always, I'll see you later. I don't know how I'm supposed to end that now.